When Brian Austin won Man of the Year in 2006, he was committed to finding a cure in honor of his father. Well, tonight, he is here with us again, joining our fight for a world without blood cancers to commemorate the 10-year anniversary of his father's death. Brian is relentless, truly relentless for a cure. It is my absolute honor to introduce the 2018 Rocky Mountain Man of the Year All-Star candidate who raised more than $132,000, Brian Austin.
All right, that was the first time we actually knew what we raised. I can remember we were setting our goal, I think, at 50 grand at our team kickoff, and Carrie was like, awesome, thank you, team. Thank you. 4 a.m., March 16, 2008, I held my dad's hand as he passed. A 7-year battle with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma had taken his life. Over the next few weeks, we'd have great friends and family send us cards, flowers, notes, emails, all encouraging a message of, we loved your dad, we're sorry about his passing, our apologies for your family's loss. The next couple months were hard, right? Dealing with the loss of a loved one, my dad. And it wasn't necessarily just the loss, but it was the loss for me that was too soon, that turned into anger and frustration. How dare cancer take out my dad before he could execute those retirement plans that he had worked so hard for, before he was able to live out the dreams of my mom to travel around the world, before he could spend time with my 3 kids, my sister's kids, creating memories, and before he could pat me on the back in the future for a job well done. I was mad. As I sit here today, I get even more frustrated to hear the stories of Peyton and Caden and Jason's daughter, Madison. Cancer has stolen the innocence of some of these kids' lives for a little while. At the kickoff event, we were all asked, what is one word that will describe your feelings in your campaign? And it was really neat. There was words like cure, impact, passion, honor. We were all there, excited, ready to kick off our campaigns, ready to fight. But you can't have a fight without an opponent. And you know who else was there? Cancer is also in this room. Cancer. And I think if we would have asked cancer that night, what is your one word for your campaign against all of us? And I think it would have said, unapologetic. Cancer is unapologetic. It didn't care about my dad's retirement plans. It didn't care about his memories with his grandkids. It didn't care about high-fiving his son for a job well done. Didn't care about the innocence of Peyton or Caden or Madison. It's unapologetic in its campaign to steal our time and our loved ones. So during the last few weeks of our campaign, our team got together and said, you know what? If cancer is going to be unapologetic, so are we. If cancer was willing to steal innocence from kids, what were we willing to do? Were we willing to send a couple extra emails, a couple extra texts, ask people to write checks that they're a little uncomfortable in doing? Yeah, we were. And the beauty of tonight is I know my story of our team is not unique. It's not unique to our team. All the candidates here have some of the same stories. They operated unapologetically in our fight, and to that I want to say well done. Unfortunately, we've landed a couple uppercuts tonight. But cancer is one of those opponents that the next morning you think they're going to be gone, and they wake up, and sometimes they're a little bit stronger than they were the day before. So therefore, we've got to continue the fight unapologetically until we can say TKO, cured. We've been asked to give a lot tonight, and you guys have risen to the occasion, so I appreciate it. There's going to be one more ask that I have that's going to be unapologetic. We need candidates for 2019. Last week, my son Easton came to me and he said, Dad, I got to write an essay. And I said, okay. He said, I have to interview you. I was like, okay. Well, what's your question? He said, well, Dad, it's pretty simple. what's the best life advice you'd give to a kid like me? All right? Pretty easy one for parents, right? So I thought about it for a while, and then I settled on, I said, you know what, E? The worst pain in life is not a physical pain. It's the pain of regret. It's the pain of looking back and knowing if I would have stepped out, if I would have done a little bit more, if I wouldn't have been afraid, if I would have taken another risk, if I would have said yes, what would have that been? Every candidate that's here, including myself, had 100 reasons to say no when the team called. You have 100 reasons to say no, not to rise to the occasion. But I would challenge you to experience what I've experienced over the last 2 campaigns that we've run. They've been some of the most fulfilling experiences of my life. And so I stand up here and unapologetically ask you to say no to those excuses and to be a candidate. How do you do it? Just ask the candidates that asked you to be here tonight, or ask somebody on staff, or ask me. We're ready to do this. We're ready to TKO. Thank you.